This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to the Final Fantasy Lorecast, a podcast dedicated to the history and lore of the Final Fantasy series. Join us as we take a deep dive into the different worlds, characters, and so much more. Welcome back, Warriors of Light, to another episode of the Final Fantasy Lorecast. I am one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Steven.
Yo!
And unfortunately, Trey is unable to join us today due to life stuff and him eating dinner. So, with that being said, we are doing a special episode this week. We are not doing locations. It is still in our season 4, but we're doing a special episode. And then next week is our patron chat. So patrons, figure out what you want to talk about. I know our group will probably figure it out 5 minutes or right when we go live next week. So let us know in advance, please. But this week we are going over Chocobos. Because I was thinking about doing like a creature/monster season, but not a lot of the monsters have a lot of info. So, but anyway, we are doing
This one has a
Chocobos
lot
today. This one has a lot, so we're just doing this as a special episode. So, everybody loves Chocobos. I desperately love Chocobos. Steven loves Chocobos so much because if you haven't heard on previous podcast episodes, he loves them so much.
Yeah, they're my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. So Chocobos are generally depicted as a yellow-orange birds with 3-toed feet, 2 toes front-facing and 1 back-facing. So, like a claw, like a bird claw. Larger wings and long necks. Later games have made them yellow variety, the common breed, and introduce other types characterized by different colors. While the yellow chocobo is flightless, stronger breeds can swim and fly. Common variations include the black chocobo, red chocobo, blue chocobo, and the chocobo breed universally regarded as the strongest, the gold chocobo. Because gold is awesome. Duh.
Unless you're playing in, I think it's 5, that has the black chocobo, which is the best chocobo.
Yes, that's true.
It's the one.
Yeah, it's game
around.
dependent. Other games depict colors such as green, white, silver, brown, and purple. Chocobo breeding is a side quest in several games, as stronger breeds are able to swim and fly and reach optional areas as airships cannot. The ruler of the Chocobos is the Fat Chocobo, a corpulent chocobo capable of human speech who possesses varying degrees of magical powers over lesser chocobos.
And plays cards at 9.
And plays cards, yes. And also a mount in multiple games and so forth.
And is one of my... as much as I dislike them, the Fat Chocobo summon is one of my favorite. How it just smashes.
It just smashes things. It's great.
Yeah.
Chocobos are known.
Yeah.
Chocobos are known to be intelligent and understand human language. Bear, the Fat Chocobo. The cases of a regular chocobo speaking are rare. Otherwise, they are known for their signature cry. So I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do the noise.
No? No,
No.
you're a voice actor now. You gotta do the quirks.
Cry.
There you
Chocobos,
go.
chocobos are known for their swift foot speed. The Dissidia Final Fantasy Museum stating a healthy adult chocobo can run at speeds over 20 miles an hour. Because of their speed, some games make mention of training being required to ride them safely, or a license being able to needed to be allowed to ride. Greens are the chocobo's typical food and come in many varieties, Grushel greens being the most common and sometimes being available as an item to call them for the mount on the world map. Males are predominantly raised as steeds, as females are sometimes considered ill fit to ride. Sometimes chocobos are used for racing, which obviously we have chocobo racing because it's fantastic.
I think that's where my hate for them started.
Chocobo racing?
Yeah, I think that's it.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
Chocobos have an infamous pungent odor, often commented by NPCs. The Brain Blast quizzes in Final Fantasy 13-2 mention uh, academia academia students, once had chocobo riding as a mandatory class, but this was dropped when parents complained of the smell rubbing off on their children. Oh no, I think he froze. Final Fantasy 12 makes mention of feeding them Grushel greens helps them get rid of their musk, which is nice. In the anime Final Fantasy Unlimited Episode 10, when a chocobo eats a chili pepper, it runs wildly due to the burning of the tongue. If it devoured a big as a baguette or an exaggerated quantity, and after a lapse of time, the chocobo gets tired after a frantic race. Although it's one of many foods that a chocobo can rarely eat, it is never mentioned in any of the many Final Fantasy games.
Well, I mean, you eat pepper in 9 in order to do chocobo hot and cold.
True, that's true.
You do. I forget. Yeah, you feed it to them, and then they I forget what happens.
They freak out. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you.
Now, what I wanted them to do is they eat a pepper and they can breathe fire. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Right?
They did that, yeah.
A demon bird.
Yeah, chisel into the mountain
to fly in there and not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In nearly every game they appear in, chocobos are used as mounts. When riding a chocobo, the player party avoids random encounters and travels quicker on foot. Though in some titles featuring spawning enemies, battles may not be avoided. Chocobos can be found in the wild in a chocobo forest or rented from a chocobo stable. Some games depict chocobo back warriors called chocobo knights, titles such as Ivalice even having armored chocobo equivalent to horses in medieval times. In some games, chocobos are used to find hidden items. Many games also feature chocobo chicks.
Shout out to the chocobo knights in 10 who get walloped.
Yeah. And then, because Ivalice is 5th?
That's 12.
12. Just trying to remember which, so many different countries we went over this season.
I think, yeah, we went through a lot, but I think, yeah, it's 12. And tactics, yeah. Because those are allegedly
12
connected.
And tactics. Yep. And, that's, okay, I won't mention that right now, but anyway. Though often domesticated, chocobos can be found in the wild and sometimes fought as enemies. Chocobos can be called into battle by summoners and are one of the most basic summons for new summoners to master. Chocobos fight with their trademark chocobo kick, and more rarely, the more powerful Choco Meteor and Choco Buckle.
Wait, what is Choco Meteor from?
They become a meteor, and
Where did they do that?
From Final Fantasy 8, 10-2, 14, and 16.
We didn't make it all the way through.
No, we did not. I mean,
I didn't even
I was going to mention that game anyway, because now we're getting into the appearances of Chocobos, because they're
Boom
in
tried to get
every
it.
game. So in
Yeah,
Final, so what?
yeah, literally every single game.
Yeah. So in Final Fantasy, the statues of Castle Cornelia's throne room resemble Chocobos in the Wooden Swan color version and all subsequent releases. In the Pixel Remaster version, Chocobos appear in the animation of the Confuse Black Magic spell.
Probably birds flying around the head, I would imagine.
I would imagine, just like, in Pokemon.
Are Chocobos the only thing that's in every single Final Fantasy game?
Moogles.
Are they in every single one?
I think Moogles are, if I'm not mistaken.
I guess we'll find out when we do the Moogle episode.
Right? Final Fantasy II, found in the forest south of Krashan Keep. It retreats to the forest after being dismounted and therefore chiefly used as a quick escape to Bafk from Kashan and nearby areas.
Riku says Moogles aren't in anything before 5.
Really?
Are they not in? I could have swore they were in 4.
That's so too. Oh, I might be wrong. Probably ain't
Maybe
wrong,
not.
because the older games I know Chocobos is in every game.
I mean, I'm taking Riku's word for it since he just played through all of those. So
Right. Oh,
if anybody
absolutely. The only reason is I know is because I played them a while. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So, Final Fantasy III, Chocobos can be found in Chocobo Woods as well as the southeast Saronia and ridden around the world map. There is even a small side quest involving a riding a Chocobo around the floating continent. A Chocobo cannot be summoned, learned from the level 1 summon magic called Escape.
Can be summoned.
Or can be summoned. Also can be summoned. Yeah, thank you. A fat Chocobo stores items. When given Greshel Greens, is only to be summoned in places that smell of Chocobo.
Yeah, I think it happens in another game as well.
And Yoshikata Amaro's original artwork for the Chocobo was widely different from what would become as a recurring design for the creature. The Yuku no Kaze Densetsu Final Fantasy III Yori manga adaptation uses this artwork as the base for its Chocobo design. And the original concept is really weird looking. Like, really weird. It looks like a cross between an ostrich and a velociraptor looking thing.
I would have liked that better.
It was very interesting, that's for sure.
Instead of a big dumb bird. Oh, no.
Did you look at it?
Oh, that's terrible. I was wrong. I would not prefer that.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, this is going into the Discord.
Oh, gosh. We have now Final Fantasy IV. Chocobos can be found in the Chocobo Forest, situated throughout the world. They come in several varieties. The regular Chocobos can be used to travel around the world, but they flee when dismounted. White Chocobos restore 500 MP to all party members when caught. The Black Chocobo is a flying Chocobo. However, it can only land in forests. It is originally found only in the Chocobo village north of Troya. However, once the player enters the Lunar Whale for the first time, an additional Black Chocobo spawns in the Chocobo Forest located southwest of Baron and Baron Castle. Black Chocobos do not run away after a dismount, but when they are mounted for the second time, they always fly back to the forest where they were caught. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is how you have to do. There's a quest where you have to run around the entire world on the Black Chocobo, and you get Riku, help me out. You get something for this, a weapon maybe. I think this is where you get ultimate weapon. Anyway, you get 9 for walking around the entire world with the Black Chocobo.
Okay. There is a fat Chocobo who serves many roles. For it to appear, the party must use a Greshel Green at a place where it smells like Chocobos. The Chocobo is a summon monster for Rydia, and its Chocobo kick summon attack does moderate non-elemental damage to an enemy. It has a casting time of 3 and a cost of 7 MP, 10 MP in the 3D version to summon. In the easy type version, the casting time was reduced to 2. And the magic spell Confuse features multiple Chocobos flying around the target. I think that might be a nod to like Pokemon, because they have birds flying around when you're confused in Pokemon.
Pokemon came out after.
True. Wait, when
I think
did...
like, you remember in a cartoon when somebody would get bonked on the head, they would have little birds flying around their head?
Yeah.
That's I'm sure what it's in reference to. For shame, Riku, you didn't do the black chocobo hunt? It's right there. All you have to do is walk into that little forest at the bottom of the world, and you get a black chocobo.
We have Final Fantasy V. Bart's Clauser 1 owns Boko, arguably the most famous chocobo in the series. Boko is left behind at the pirate's hideout, but in the merge world, he rejoins Bart's. Now married to a chocobo called Coco with eggs on the way, Bart can ride Boko around the world, and Boko does not run away upon dismounting. What? Go on.
I do like Boko. Boko gets a little NSFW, gets himself a nice little wife, and then little babies come out from behind.
Oh my gosh. The black chocobo is the only chocobo that can fly, only lands in forests and cross mountains, not capped in snow. Bart and his friends ride a black chocobo after the fire-powered ship is sunk underwater during the earthquake at Crescent. Their initial attempt to fly in the black chocobo ends with them quickly descending because he has several shards of the fire crystal lodged in his throat. But after Bart smacks him, they are dislodged. The black chocobo can be found again in the Mirage Village in the merged world, and is necessary to reach the Phoenix Tower and North Mountain.
I think I was wrong. I think this is the one where you do the black chocobo around the world.
Oh, okay.
Forget. Yeah. It is 5. I was wrong.
And then a Chocobo is also a level 1 summon. Bought by Waltz, costs 5 MP to summon. Occasionally, a fat chocobo appears and damages all enemies at once rather than a single target. In the ending, Bart, Ferris, and Lena ride chocobos while Krill rides a wind drake. Why does Krill get a wind drake? That's
because she's the castle that she's from is like the protectors of the dragons.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So she has like a special bond with the dragons.
Freaking dog. Sorry. Final Fantasy VI, Chocobos can be rented in various towns from Chocobo stables. Some stables are hidden in forests around the world, making them equivalent to Chocobo forests. They return to their pens when dismounted. Stelzer has a slot called Chocobo Stampede, Chocobop in earlier versions, that summons Chocobos into battle. I like Chocobop.
Yeah,
I like that better than Chocobo Stampede.
Yeah.
Strago and Rome can equip the piece of armor called Chocobo Suit, and Rome can wield a weapon called Chocobo Brush. The Jador auction house also likes to auction a chocobo they claim can speak, although the player can never confirm this. A rich man and his son always place the winning bid on this particular item. So, don't bet on this item, because you won't win.
All it does is takes the money away from that guy. It's kind of like
Good point.
He'll always win.
And then the magic spell Confuse, the lore level 3 Confuse, and the dummied out enemy spell Confusion all feature multiple chocobos flying around the screen, while another set of chocobos swirls around the target.
There you go.
Typical Confusion.
Yeah.
And then now we get to everybody's favorite, Final Fantasy VII. The player must equip the Chocobo lure material and encounter Chocobo enemies on Chocobo tracks to catch them by defeating the enemies that appear alongside it. The Chocobo usually flees unless fed a green to occupy it. After acquiring the high wind and renting stables at the Chocobo farm, the player can keep Chocobos and even transport one on the Juon cargo ship or the high wind. It's possible to breed Chocobos to generate different variants. The different breeds also allow travel across different terrain on the world map. They are yellow, green, blue, black, and gold varieties of Chocobo, and there are 4 materia caves that can only be searched by certain varieties of Chocobos. There are also Chocobo races at the Gold Saucer, and they have unique colors of Chocobos, including pink and white. In addition, there's a summoning materia found early on the summons Choco/Mog, and rarely summons a fat Chocobo. A small white Chocobo in Medell yields a materia if appeased.
This is the game where my hate for Chocobos began, because Chocobo breeding is pain.
Chocobo breeding sucked. That is one thing I was happy when they said in Rebirth that Chocobo breeding will not be coming back. It's just, hey, there's a different variant of Chocobo in each region instead. And I was like, okay, this makes my life a little bit easier.
It's the absolute worst. Yes, Riku, it is just pure RNG, and it's terrible. Just having a reset. This was before you could just turn the game off and turn it back on just from your controller. You go over there, press the reset button on my PlayStation, or turn it off, turn it back on. Awful. Awful stuff.
Yeah, it sucked. It absolutely was absolutely terrible. But the Choco Mog materia was fun. In the remake, they have the Choco Mog materia again in the remake and in Rebirth, but they also had a fat Chocobo materia as well, which was completely separate, which is pretty cool. I love the fat Chocobo one because there's just a Moogle with a freaking fishing pole with a giant treat on the end of the when the Chocobo's trying to eat it.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
I do enjoy a fat Chocobo.
Right. But at this point, let's take a quick mid-break and thank our patrons, and we'll be right back.
Get business done with the new American Express Graphite Business Cash Unlimited card. With unlimited 2% cash back on all eligible purchases, unlimited 5% cash back on flights and prepaid hotels booked through American Express Travel Online, and a flexible spending capacity that can grow with your business, you'll have the confidence to keep building. Apply today and earn a welcome offer of $1,500 cash back after you spend $50,000 in qualifying purchases on your new card within the first 6 months of card membership. Terms apply. Learn more at go.amex/graphite.
What if I told you you only have 12 hours to legally have sex?
To finding true love. Or just like a good guy.
From the director of Easy A and Anyone But You.
This whole thing is nuts.
There's nothing traditional about this night.
On August 7th, the clock starts on the summer's biggest rom-com.
I'm Owen.
Allie.
What about you and me?
Monica Barbaro, Callum Turner.
I've been told I'm a 7.
By who? Your mom?
Nah, she thinks I'm a 10.
One night only. Rated R. Only in theaters August 7th.
All right, welcome to the Mid Show, the podcast where we talk about everything with the lore, or everything with the podcast has nothing to do with the lore of Final Fantasy. Here we want to thank all of our amazing patrons. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. And next week is our patron chat. So patrons, think of what you guys want to talk about, because next week is your guys' week. And then if you want to become patron, you can go to patreon.com/Final Fantasy Lorecast, where you can get ad-free episodes or join us next week on the show. And also once a month at the very end of each month. You can also support us on Apple and Spotify. Leave a 5-star review on Apple with some words. We'll read it out loud the next time on the show, as well as a nice Spotify comment, which we don't have any this week. But that just means you haven't done it yet. And go leave those reviews. Give us ratings, because each of those helps the show tremendously of reaching a bigger audience. And right now, I believe the last time I checked, which was literally just before the show started, we are currently number 177 in the U.S.
Yeah.
We keep dropping in and out of the U.S. on a regular basis. We're always in the top 250.
We still got
periodically.
We still got whatever that was in the Caribbean. We had.
Oh, it was in the Caribbean. We are number 10 in Malta. We're 27 and 147 in Honduras, and also number 58 in Malta as well.
Nice. For the record, Honduras is in the Caribbean.
Oh, okay. That's the one. I have no idea. Been talking about something in Discord. Oh god, I'm afraid. But you can also find us in a few different Discord servers, as I just said about Discord. The Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, which those links are provided in the description below. So go check those out, because you can find not only this show, but the other shows that I host on my podcast and Robots Radio, which are the Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, the Gundam Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. So go check those out. All great stuff. We got some awesome Witcher news. We had a bunch of Harry Potter news a little bit ago, like earlier of the month, and great things are happening in all the fandoms right now. So go check that stuff out. Other than that, you can find us live on every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/BenOfTemeria. And I think that's it for the mid-break. I don't have anything else to add unless you do.
Join the free company. We already got it out of the way. I'll just...
We said 14 early in the episode. Yeah, join the free company in our Discord on Final Fantasy 14. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
Crystal Lore Masters, look for us.
Yes, Crystal Lore Masters. But with that being said, let's get back into more of Chocobos and Final Fantasy.
Pay's checkout is offered by your banks and credit unions. So when you shop online at participating merchants, your cards appear in one place, ready to use and kept up to date. And the best part, your actual card number isn't shared when you check out, because boundaries are healthy, like no work emails after 6. One small step for boundaries, one big leap for checkout. Pay's, it checks out. Activation required. See Pays.com to learn more. Terms and conditions apply.
I didn't think the pain from the shingles rash would affect simple, everyday tasks like bathing, getting dressed, or even walking around. I was wrong. Though not everyone at risk will develop it, 99% of people over the age of 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time. I developed it, and the blistering rash lasted for weeks. Don't learn the hard way, like I did. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
All right, we are back, and now we have Final Fantasy VIII, Steven's favorite Final Fantasy.
I don't even hate 8. It's fun for me to.
I know.
To get Riku.
It's all in fun. We don't hate any of the games per se. Chocobos are found primarily in Chocobo forests and are captured to ride across the land in over shallow water. The concept of juvenile chocobos, known as Chocobos, is introduced. To catch a chocobo from a forest, the player must complete an easy puzzle involving chocobos. Because that's what you all want to do, is puzzles. Boko is a chocobo the player acquires as their own upon their first time solving a puzzle in the Chocobo Forest to use in Chocobo World minigame and to call battle with Greshel Greens. The minigame is played on a Pocket Station, a device sold exclusively in Japan, or the PC version unlocks certain items. So us US people can't play this.
No, you're not getting me buying something called a Pocket Station. We had the PSP and I didn't care for it.
I love the PSP. It's great. Chocobo World features Boko as the primary protagonist and Coco as his love interest. If the player upgrades Boko's attacks to its ultimate form via Chocobo World, they can summon the chubby Chocobo into battle.
Hell yeah. I love the chubby Chocobo. That's good stuff.
They also have Chocobo and chubby Chocobo cards using the Triple Triad card game.
Shout out. I love a chubby Chocobo. That's just fun to say.
I know, right? It's great. Now we do get to, Steven's favorite game, which is Final Fantasy IX.
This is actually my favorite, yes.
A Chocobo named Choco can be written on the world map and is found in Chocobo Forest on the Mist Continent. After meeting him, he can be summoned from the location with Chocobo tracks via Greshel Green. And the side quest Chocobo Hot and Cold involves Choco searching for buried treasure.
Chocobo Hot and Cold.
Choco can learn new abilities as the player finds specific treasures that permit entry to the Chocobo's dream world, where Fat Chocobo restores him a new ability upon each visit. As the player progresses in the side quest, Chocobo's Lagoon, Chocobo's Air Garden, and Chocobo's Paradise become accessible. 2 black mages also raise a Chocobo egg in their hut in the Black Mage Village. When it hatches, they name it Bobby Corwin, an extension of the name Boko, using the first 2 letters of the first and last names.
Shout out, Boko.
Bobby Corwin.
I love Bobby.
Oh my
Corwin.
god. There's also Chocobo in the underground laboratory in the village of Dolly, used to power a machine producing black mages. The statue of a Chocobo appears in Lembrum Theater District in the artist studio. Another Chocobo appears in the business district, but is likely a glitch. If the player looks closely enough during any time in the business district, an out-of-place Chocobo can be seen partially hovering above the ground and seen in the distance on the right-hand side and split junction area. Heading to the next camera angle, the fountain will cause the Chocobo to disappear. So, a glitch. Or it's just a magical Chocobo, one of the two.
Or, yeah, either one. Or just a little fun inclusion.
And there exists a concept art depicting a vehicle called a Chocobo Copter, operated by 8 Chocobos, but is never used in the finished game.
Oh, that would have been fun.
A Chocobo Copter operated by 8 Chocobos. Oh my god, that is fantastic. Oh
Come
gosh.
on, 14. You know what to do, Yoshi P.
Final Fantasy X Chocobos are widespread throughout Spyra, and mainly for transportation. The Crusaders train Chocobos for use of mounts for Chocobo Knights, who ride Chocobos to fight Sin. Chocobos power ships by running on large hamster wheels and provide safe transportation along the Minhun Highway and the Calm Lands. All Chocobos are yellow and can be rented from a Chocobo stable or from talking to a Chocobo breeder in the Calm Lands and taking 3 training exercises, including a Chocobo race. Chocobos are needed to gain Titus' celestial weapon, the Calabrog.
Yeah.
Sure. By racing a Chocobo train at the Calm Lands, the Chocobo races in the Riem Temple allows the player to attain the key item, the Cloudy Mirror, required to activate the celestial weapons.
It sucks.
It sucks.
This is what we need Trey here for, because I think they did it. Yeah.
I think everybody said in chat that 10 sucked. I know Box Girl said that.
Well, the
Chocobo Racing, specifically racing.
Make that.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's make that clear.
Chocobo Racing sucks in 10. There we go.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 11, Chocobos are one of the fastest forms of alteration transportation, as rental Chocobos are twice as fast as the walking, while player-bred Chocobos can run slower or faster based on how they were raised. Oh god, that's interesting.
Oh, no.
To ride a Chocobo, the player originally had to rent one from a stable, where only they were rent after obtaining a Chocobo license from a quest. Players can partake in a Chocobo hot and cold activity at any time where the player can use their Chocobo mounts to search rare treasure by using a Greshel Green. Apparently 11 was for all you 9 people. Oh no, Steven froze again. Oh, wait, there we go.
No, I'm here. I'm reading.
Oh, you're reading. Oh, okay, I thought you froze.
Yes.
Square Enix added Chocobo raising and breeding as part of the Final Fantasy XI Treasures of Alt Urgen expansion. Players can raise their Chocobos to have different strengths and weaknesses, which can be put into riding or racing. I know his resting face traumatized me. That is true. Additionally, a reference to the Chocobo summon from Final Fantasy VIII exists in the job-specific emote for summoners, in which the player can summon chirping Chocobo chicks to land on his or her head, or the heads of other players. Meh. 11. It's 11. Final Fantasy 12 yellow chocobos are tamed a variety in Ivalice and being rented for transportation from Gertie at most towns at ground level. The yellow chocobos are allowed the players to ride them, provided they feed them with their stock of Greshel Greens. There are other variants fought in the wilds. They come in red, black, brown, green, and white. There is also a rare variant of Black Chocobo, a powerful red variant, and a White Chocobo recognized as an elite mark. During the beginning of the game, Van also runs into prized White Chocobo that has appeared in the parade of the new consul's honor. The Order of the Knights of Dalmatia appears to be used Chocobos as steeds as Captain Brash von Rosenberg rides one in the opening.
He's Captain Bosch.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
I don't think I used a Chocobo one time in 12.
Really?
Yeah. Even as spread out as everything is, it's so much more fun to fight things that it does not behoove you to use a Chocobo. You want to be doing all the fights you can in 12.
That's fair. Characters can ride a Chocobo for a maximum of 180 seconds before it drops the rider. Chocobos can access paths players cannot cross on their own to have their Chocobo tracks on the ground. These appear in a few areas, such as the Fawn Coast and the Osman Plain and the Musforian High Waste. A Chocobo is required to go to the Hidden Mines, for the only way to get there is on a Chocobo pathway. A Chocobo is also required to get the Esper Exodus in the Mospherian High Waste after solving a puzzle.
So I lied. I did use a Chocobo, but not as trans. Literally just to get this. It was just to get to that one part, the Henny Mines.
Right. Some story elements require characters to use a Chocobo, and only in these situations they are free of charge. Right-hand Chocobo allows the character to cross maps faster without being harassed by enemies. The yellow Chocobo, if ridden into Osman Plain, will appear in the bestiary once the party disembarks. Chocobos are a rank 1 melee summon and the fastest summon. They have no special attacks, and their normal beak attack deals minor damage. Chocobos can also encounter as enemies. Different colored Chocobos have different skills, although the player can only summon the yellow type. Trickster is the most powerful Chocobo.
Yeah, so you'd be fighting Chocobos in this one. That's what I like to see.
Chocobos are your friends. They're not food. They're friends.
Not all of them.
How dare you?
They are food. Kentucky Fried Chocobo.
No. Final Fantasy 13. There are 2 varieties of Chocobos: the Grand Pulse variety and the Cocoon variety. San Katzul has a Cocoon Chocobo chick that lives inside of his afro and capable of flight. He intends to give it to his son, Dia Kazroy, as a gift. Adult Chocobos are used as a means of transportation on Grand Pulse. They are large with 2 long ear-like feather clusters on their sides of the heads. The Chocobos from Cocoon are smaller and more similar to classic Chocobos. Cocoon Chocobos have seen in Nautilus Petting Zoo. Yeah. Adult chocobos can be found in several static places in the archlet slip on the used for dig for treasure. If the character is riding one and goes near treasure for exclamation mark will appear over the chocobo's head. The adult chocobo can be also jump into high cliffs and over large gaps. Riding a chocobo avoids battle, but the chocobo has a morale meter represented by 3 feathers. Each time a monster touches the bird, 1 feather is lost. If all feathers are lost, the chocobo escapes, leaving the party to advance on foot, though the feathers regenerate over time. Should the party encounter an Ortorus, such as Longai, Gyu, or Adamantosaurus, the chocobo will lose all of its morale and flee. Which the Adamantosaurus, like, they're just gigantic turtles.
Yeah.
And they're big. I can see why
No.
the chocobos leave.
No, be brave, Chocobo. Don't be a coward.
Be brave. Oh god, I forgot. Suz walks around with the one who is sassy. Yeah.
I love that description for baby Chocobo in a man's afro.
Right? I know. Final Fantasy XIV, which is, my favorite game. Who would have thought? Chocobos appear as a prominent gameplay and story feature, hailing from Dravania and most often bred in Ishgard. They are found throughout Eorzea in stables as ridden mounts and pulling carriages. The adventure can own a Grand Company Chocobo, which is served as a companion to fight along players and can be ridden as a mount. The Chocobo can be customized for various sets of Chocobo barding to outfit them, as well as fed different greens and vegetables to change their plumage coloration. In addition, several mounts and minions based on the common Chocobo tropes, such as the Fat Chocobo and Flying Black Chocobo, can be attained by players. Additionally, Chocobos can be owned and bred for participation in races in the Modernville Golden Saucer.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't used a Chocobo since I got the Midgard Summer mount.
That's fair. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I mainly use Midgard Summer for as my main mount typically. Obviously, I know I always will have my Chocobo as my companion in combat because, yes, you need one if you're playing solo.
I haven't used it and I think since ARR.
Really?
Even. Yeah. I use
in
the
all the time.
No,
Helps me get through content so much quicker. Especially if I'm doing solo shit.
Yeah, I needed to like Red Mage quest.
Right. We'll let you know the color change of plumage. You do have to be part of a free company and to have an estate with a Chocobo stable to do this. You can't just do it willy-nilly. That is one of the main reasons we have an estate and have a Chocobo stable, is so people can change their Chocobo colors. That's great.
Yeah, that's why you spend millions of dollars on it.
That's why I spent millions of gil to have this. No, it's also just, for us to have an estate, and, we're an official free company. Gosh darn it.
It does suck, like, later, whenever you get to, I think it's Ishgard is the first place it happens, where you go out into the wilderness and you have to find all the aether currents in order for it to fly.
Yes, that does suck. Well, that's in any mount. Any mount can fly.
Yeah. But
every mount in the N14 can fly. Once you get to Heaven's Ward, which is the first expansion, you do have to find ether currents to said fly. Compared to all the ARR are already unlocked, you can fly in all those areas once you beat the game. Beat the base game, I should say.
So once you've already explored everything in the area, you're allowed to fly, which, why would you go back? Because...
Right. Well, I mean, if you have to go back for old quests or want to do side content for your alternate jobs and stuff like that, that's when it comes really useful. But, never after you get all the currents, you never visit the map again. Yeah, that's right. That's true, Mr. Evil. Yeah, once you get all the ether currents, you typically won't really go back to that area unless it's for a job quest or a side quest that you have to do.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Rare. That's what irritates me.
That's fair. Now we have Final Fantasy 15. So most chocobos are yellow, with black chocobos being a rarity. Chocobos can be artificially dyed many different colors. The party can rent chocobos for up to 7 days at a time and call them with a whistle. Red-Ant Chocobo is faster a way to traverse terrain than walking and can reach some locations otherwise inaccessible. They cannot fly, but can jump high, glide, swim, sprint, and even attack enemies and buff the party. They improve and or learn these abilities by leveling up. Yeah.
They are pretty useful in 15. I'll give them that.
Yeah, they are. Especially since you can't use the car literally everywhere. Yeah. They're very useful on like places where you can't use a car.
Yeah, there's that swampy area that you go to. Mm-hmm. That's like the first spot that I remember being like, ooh, I guess I gotta finally rent one of these things.
Battles can start even wild on a chocobo, but the party will not fight while mounted. Getting attacked will force a dismount. The chocobos will flee the scene, though they may still choose to help in battle before doing so. When the player dismounts their chocobo, they will follow the party for a while. The player cannot raise or breed chocobos. Chocobos can be taken to a camp where they receive buffs from greens. The player feeds them, and their name and appearance can be customized at Wiz Chocobo Post. Chocobos cannot be summoned or rode in specific areas such as dungeons, which makes sense. The Fat Chocobo mount from Final Fantasy XIV also appears as Yayimi's steed in the Adventure from Another World collaboration quest, whom Pronto names Mr. Chocobo.
I love it. See, when they give them fun names like this, then I'm like, all right, I'm coming around.
Right.
I like a fun name.
Which I don't remember this. Was this
that was the 14 one.
It's the 14 one. Okay. Because I don't think I ever did that when 15 was out originally.
Yeah, I think that's the 14 one.
And then we have Final Fantasy 16. Chocobos are common beasts, Burden and Valstia, used to mounts and for pulling wagons and carts. Some are bred and trained as war mounts and used by soldiers. Chocobos can be various plumage colorizations. The domesticated chocobos are typically tawny or yellow, whereas a wild roaming chocobo tend to be a darker brown. Chocobos live flocks, and decimated birds can become feral and survive in the wild. Chocobos love grushy greens. Clive rides a silver chocobo named Ambrosia. After gaining her as a mount via side quests, she serves as a means of transportation throughout the game. The player can call her and then sprint, jump, and attack with Ambrosia. If Clive buys enough pints from Maeve from the hideaway, she will eventually tell him that she heard about Chocobos being able to fly back in the good old days.
Yeah, you fight the hell out of Chocobos in 16.
Yeah, you do. Sadly. Yeah. You do, sadly.
At least they're giving us something to fight.
I love Chocobos. I don't want to fight a Chocobo.
Oh, I do.
How dare you?
The brown ones are mean. They're nasty.
Brown ones are mean. They did make the Chocobos a bit meaner in 16. Though 16 is, I would say, is the, and I think I've said this before on the podcast, is the Game of Thrones equivalent to Final Fantasy. They went a lot darker with a lot of the stuff. And more adult themed.
I'll save my thoughts for when Trey's on.
Oh, God. But yeah, that's what we have on Chocobos. Isn't it great? Chocobos are fantastic creatures. They're so majestic.
I made it through.
Like, okay. No, everybody's talking about 14. Okay, we're good. They were talking about something else. Any final thoughts of Chocobos, Steven? I know they're your favorite creatures of all, so.
I don't hate them as much now that I'm familiarized with some of these fun names they have, like Chubby Chocobo.
Or Chunkobo.
I'm nicknaming one of my dogs that immediately when I get upstairs and calling her Chubby Chocobo.
Oh my gosh. Or no, just go into 14 and rename your Chocobo.
Oh, I didn't even know you could name it.
Can you name your Chocobo? No, you can't name your Chocobo, I don't think.
No.
Maybe.
Or I'm naming her.
I can't remember. We converted Stephen.
No.
No.
I still.
Yes,
I
you
still
can.
would
Okay, that's what
happily
I thought. I thought you could, Boom. Yeah, you can name your Chocobo in 14.
I would still happily eat some Kentucky Fried Chocobo.
No, I am. Oh my
But-
gosh, that's so evil.
But I do love a fat Chocobo.
Okay, fat chocobos are great. I mean, I have a fat chocobo mount. It's great in 14 because you hold a fishing rod with a tree, and he tries to go after it when to move. It's freaking hysterical and amazing.
Yeah.
And having him fly is also hilarious. I have like 6 different chocobo mounts in 14.
I just have the one, and I don't even use it.
I have the company. I have the black chocobo. I have the red drought chocobo, the drought chocobo, the fat chocobo, and the chocobo carriage. Yeah, 6.
You're like the Bubba Gump of Chocobos.
Chocobos are great, man. I'm going to have an army of chocobos, just like in real life, I want an army of rubber ducks that attack people.
Oh, buy a Jeep. People will give you rubber ducks.
Buy a Jeep.
Give them to you for free.
Anyway, but if you have nothing else to add, I have nothing else to add. So everybody, thank you for listening to the Final Fantasy Lorecast, and may the crystals guide you. Thank you for listening to the Final Fantasy Lorecast. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net. You can find us on Twitter at FFLorecast, and you can email us at fflorecast@gmail.com.